We have Steve Denny of Innovative Business Advisors joining us. He is the co-founder of Innovative Business Advisors. He works with small businesses throughout the U.S. to help them grow through acquisition, increase company value, and pass on their company when the time is right. Steve today is going to talk about using a roadmap to plan your journey. He will share how to use the TTM report to build your roadmap to financial confidence in your business operations. Without further ado, welcome, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you. Karen's a tough act to follow because it's always so darn informative and meaningful. But outstanding job. So today we're going to talk about using a roadmap to plan your journey. And in that regard, we're going to talk about using TTM specifically to build financial confidence. So we're talking about running your business, right? How do you run your business better? So financial confidence. What does financial confidence mean? And I want you to think about for a minute, if you do not have financial confidence in your business, what word would you describe your mindset when you think about your business? Anybody? Spray and pray attitude. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Others? Everybody has financial confidence in their business today? Anybody have concern about their business today? A little bit of head nodding going on, some concern, right? Always? Yes, Cynthia. Curiosity, I love it. You're always looking on the bright side of things. Let me offer a few. How about worry, right? If you don't have financial confidence, are you worried about what's going on in your business? Are you concerned about what's going on in your business? Does it provide some anxiety? Does it keep you up at night? Right? So it's interesting. Business owners tend to be experts at whatever it is their business is about. So if you remodel kitchens, you're probably an expert at remodeling kitchens. If you do promotions and public relations, you're probably an expert in that regard. You help people like we do transactions, we become very, very good at doing transactions. But what we miss is a lot of the basic blocking and tackling of how to run our business every day. And in working with business owners for the past 20 years, it's the number one deficit that we see. Quick story, on Monday, I met with a guy who is ready to transition his business. He founded it more than 40 years ago. First thing I do when I meet with a business owner is I ask them to bring their financial documents to the meeting so I can help them determine what the value of their business is. And while I'm standing there looking at his financial documents, asking him what his numbers are, he was way off. Wasn't even in the ballpark in terms of what his numbers are. You guys think that's unusual? Very common, right? He's got financial confidence now that he can make his mortgage payment, but he doesn't have any confidence about what might be residing in his business in terms of funding his retirement, right? So I want you to think about financial confidence. How do you get financial confidence? And when you do get it, what does it make you feel like, right? If you can trust that your business is going to be there, if you get satisfaction from knowing exactly what's going on in your business, that's a completely different mindset to have around running your business, isn't it? So how do you do it? What are some of the tips and tricks that you guys can take out today and put in your business and help grow that financial confidence? First thing, before I teach you these, I want to say, what is the number one way to build confidence? And Dale, you can't answer this. Richard. Attitude. Key. Very key. Mark.
Gaining experience.
Experience. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, right? Get out and practice it until you master it. Isn't that what we learned in high school? Practice it until we master it, right? Same thing with financial confidence. Once you start getting into your numbers and start working with your numbers, just do it on a regular recurring basis. You'll be amazed at how quickly you'll build confidence in your ability to handle it. So, numbers. You watch Shark Tank, you watch The $1 Billion Idea, a lot of these popular shows on TV today. The number one thing you hear from typically the moderators is the businesses don't know their numbers, right? What's the most important thing in business? Know your numbers. If you're a business owner, you're just working in the business, numbers are probably not that meaningful to you. But a business owner has that unique responsibility to know their numbers. What numbers do you need to know? Two. You need to know two numbers. First one is gross profit. You should always know what your gross profit number is. Okay. Anybody know what gross profit is? Mark?
Gross profit is sales minus expenses, I believe.
Sales minus what kind of expenses?
Variable expense. Or no, wait. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Direct expenses, variable expenses, direct expenses. Yeah. Revenue minus accountant speak, cost of goods sold, right? What is cost of goods sold is the direct expense to deliver the service or product that you have. Know what your gross profit is. At the end of the day, if you're selling a product and you don't have a positive gross profit, you're never going to get to a negative or to a positive net profit, right? You have to have a positive gross profit. And it's the most important thing to watch in your business. What's the second most important thing to watch in your business? Cash flow. Cash. Watch how the business uses and consumes cash, right? And how it produces cash. So what is cash flow? It's the measure of the cash that comes into your business and goes out of your business. So if you're in the restaurant business, you probably have positive cash in that people pay you as soon as they consume the product, and you might not have to pay your suppliers for days or weeks or months after that, right? But if you're in the manufacturing business, it's probably the opposite. You got to buy all the components to manufacture your product before you ever sell it. And then if you sell it on a billable basis and you don't get paid till 30, 60, or 90 days after you sell it, there's a long window of cash that you got to have to keep your business flowing, right? So the two most important things to look at, if you don't look at anything else in your financials, monitor your gross profit, monitor your cash flow positions, right? How much is coming in, how much is going out. Always stay cash positive. How do companies die? Mark?
Stop bringing in new opportunities in your pipeline.
Yeah.
And not watching trends in your money.
The autopsy says they ran out of cash. Typically, the number one reason companies die is they run out of cash. Yeah. So really important. All right. So here's a client that came to us a few months ago, and I'm going to share a real life example of this, right? The income last year was $510,000, gross profit $133,000, right? This shows income from operations is negative, but it's not their cash position, is it? So we know $133,000. In this situation, they actually resell something. So this company is a distributor, and they put the people that it takes up in cost of goods sold as well. So the people that are picking and packing products, that labor expense is up there as well. It truly is their direct operating costs, right? But their cash flow, you look at the cash flow of the business, cash flow is actually positive, but their books show that it's negative. Why is that? Because of some of the expenses. Well, some of it is hidden, right? And some of it is non-cash expenses. So depreciation is like a non-cash expense, right? Some of that, yeah. if your business is facing hard times, who's the last person to get paid in your business? The owner. Yeah. And if you have a loan, if you're working with a banker and you have a loan, who does the banker expect will be the last person to get paid? You or them? You, the owner, right? So when you look at this, we always take the owner's compensation out of it as well, because we know if a business is producing negative income, right, and it is actually negative cash, the owner doesn't pay themselves first, right? So look at what the real cash is generating in the business. Make sense? Help you understand what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, this is fun to look at, isn't it? How many of you guys think I was an accounting major in school? Yeah. I only took one accounting class. Yeah, I hated accounting. It was the worst grade, and I had to take it twice because the first time I walked out of it, and they required it, so I had to go back and get it done. This is, anybody know what this is? Balance sheet. This is remember I said TTM? TTM stands for trailing 12 months. This is the prior 12 months. Never look at your financials in just the current period. Always look at your financials in relation to other periods. And I'm proposing that if you're always looking at the trailing 12 months, your financials will lay out the roadmap that you're on. It'll show you where you are on your journey. And I'm going to show you how to utilize this to really show you how you can change your path and get to the destination that you really want to get to, right? So if you're a business and you're generating negative operating profits, how do you feel about your business? You're concerned. Yeah. Yeah. Is that sustainable? How much time do I have, right? But every business has pluses and minuses. Every business has a little bit of what I'll call cadence to it. So if you look at your numbers this way, you can kind of see, well, April, we did 46,000, much better than March, much better than February, right? We're on an upward trajectory. It gives you some sense of what's happening in the business. This is hard to do. Who wants to look at this every day, right? But I would imagine every one of your accounting softwares literally push a button for a report of the trailing 12 months, and you can get this on demand. Okay. Let me show you what I recommend you do. Take some of the key numbers and graph them. Isn't it much easier to see what's going on here? You guys get a sense of what's happening in this company? And this is the normal cadence of this business. So if we're sitting here in September, or excuse me, in August, right? What should we be looking forward to for the next 4 months? Huh? The normal cadence in our business is we're heading down the slope, right? We're getting to the bottom of the mountain pretty quickly, which is going to happen sometime this winter. If that's, every business has a cadence to it. When you look at your business this way, you will see the peaks and valleys in your business. It will allow you to be actionable against that if you choose to be actionable against that. If you're not saving up for this, you could be surprised, right? So can you see how the kind of painting a picture with the numbers instantly shows you what's going on? So let's expand it a little bit. Let's look at total income and gross profit. So remember, gross profit should be your direct expenses to sell your service or your product, right? Shouldn't gross profit move with revenue? Yeah. Number one issue with this company is it doesn't move with revenue very much. If you look back in May, large spaces, that's big gross profit, right? But they have very little gross profit here. Shouldn't gross profit be relatively consistent throughout the periods? If you're paying attention to it, I promise you it will be. You'll make it happen. if you add net profit to it, you can see, when they have bad gross profit months, it takes them negative as well, right? So is it easier to read this or that large spreadsheet? You got a simpler understanding of what's going on here, right? And once you understand what's behind each of these key numbers, now you can be actionable against that as a business owner. So can you see how you can use your trailing 12 months report to present a roadmap for you to run your business and help you gain more financial confidence in your business? I love Earl Nightingale here, one of my favorite authors, right? He says, all you need is the plan, the roadmap, most importantly, the courage to press on. So I invite all of you, you all have this capability in your businesses. Make the time, go make it happen. I guarantee you, your companies will dramatically increase in profitability and you'll have a lot more financial confidence in your business. Thank you.